When it comes to buying property in Singapore, they always say, follow where the government is developing in order to get good capital gain in the future. In this video on leveraging the government's URA area planning, I will show you the three-phase transformation strategy to see where we can find opportunities. Let's go deeper. In terms of area development, I will split into three different phases. First phase is announcement of plan. In this phase, area planning is announced and we are talking about infrastructures like MRT, airport terminals, expressway, and many other more. And of course, in Singapore's context, MRT is always the most important one. And due to the announcement, awareness is phased. Second phase is completion of infrastructure. In this phase, we will see the completion of infrastructure. And Singapore government has hardly ever failed us in this. They build what they promise, and hence, when people actually see the infrastructure completing, it gives them a lot of confidence. Then come the third and the final phase, and that is urban development. With the completion of MRT station, am I right to say that the government needs to build something around it, right? If not, construct the MRT for what? Hence, we'll go into the third phase, which is the urban development phase, and that is the start of the growth story. Let's use Woodleigh area in the Bidadari estate as an example. The announcement of North East Line was in 1996 and the opening of Woodleigh MRT station was in 2011. From the first phase to the second phase, prices appreciated by about 41%. This is what we always term as the MRT effects, where property price increased over the years from the announcement. But for most people out there, they just take it that the game ends at the announcement phase. They will start saying, "Why our price already increased from the MRT announcement, you don't need to buy in anymore." Okay, but end up, these people loogie. Why? You can see after the completion phase, Woodleigh prices went up by 57%. Then the third phase comes in, which is the urban development phase. Okay, we saw the announcement of Bidadari Estate happen in 2013 and the completion of Bidadari Estate was done in 2021. The prices appreciated by 33%, followed by the completion of Woodleigh Residences and Woodleigh Mall, which continues to drive up price by another 22%. In total, price went up significantly by 112% between phase 2 and phase 3. Meaning from the completion of infrastructure to the urban development phase where land use was intensified to boost the livability of the area. So, if you are looking for areas that have strong potential for capital appreciation in the next 3 to 5 years, you should be looking out for areas that is under the urban development phase. Let's have a look at one of the major transformations that happened. Remember a time where Punggol and Sengkang was probably one of the most ulu places in Singapore? But when government decided to transform the area and make a new township out of it, what happened? North East Line was announced and developed, and together with it was KPE to complement the access to this area, where it runs almost in parallel to North East Line, bringing convenience for vehicular access to town. From an area where no one wants to stay in the past to what it is now, Punggol and Sengkang has become one of the youngest townships, with mostly younger demographics where we can find many malls, university, international schools, huge commercial nodes like Punggol Digital District, which is nearby Seletar Aerospace Hub and the future Seletar Regional Centre. All these are made possible with the completion of infrastructure, where it brings accessibility to an otherwise ulu area. You can see property price in Punggol and Sengkang appreciating over the years, gaining about $500 to even $1,000 per square foot. We can also see Buangkok Township being developed with the opening of the MRT station, together with a more mature town like Hougang, Kovan, and Serangoon getting more and more BTOs to complement the older ones. Then we also have the rejuvenation of Chinatown and Clarke Quay area plus the transformation of Outram, which was announced last year. And finishing it off with Woodleigh and Potong Pasir, where the new Bidadari estate resides right now. The North East Line is pretty much completed right now, where you can see properties making good gains over the years, hitting record prices. So now, what is next? Using this three-phase transformation strategy, we see new opportunities along Thomson East Coast Line, and together with this MRT line is a north-south corridor, an underground expressway that is running in parallel to Thomson East Coast Line, quite similar to North East Line and KPE. This north-south corridor is constructed to partially ease the load of CTE, which is our Central Expressway, and will be completed around 2027. The announcement of Thomson East Coast Line was in 2014, and the completion along Lentor side was in 2021. And a big part of East Coast side was also completed in 2024. With the second phase completion of infrastructure, station along Thomson East Coast Line is going to third phase, which is urban development, and we should be able to see good growth potential coming up soon. If you look at recent land sale, you'll find that the government land sale were mostly happening along Thomson East Coast Line, like Woodlands, Lentor, Springleaf, Great World, Orchard Boulevard, and Katong, with Bayshore GLS being the most recent, where the expected selling price of the new condo in Bayshore to be around $2,800 per square foot or higher. Okay, you can find the news of this land sale online. Right now, you can see Woodlands and Lentor new condo, which is in the OCR, selling at $2,000 to $2,400 per square foot. And this will provide price support for the future launches in Bright Hill, Upper Thomson, and Caldecott, which are in the RCR region. And they should probably be selling at $2,800 to $3,000 per square foot next time. For Tanjong Rhu, Katong Park, and Tanjong Katong, considered to be the prime area of East Coast, people are already paying $3,000 per square foot and higher. And this will set the price support for non-prime East Coast like Bayshore and C Club, where we are looking at about $2,800 to $3,000 per square foot in the future. New township will be formed alongside of the Thomson East Coast Line station, and with new township, it will bring in natural demand for condos due to improved amenities that will improve the livability, boosting property prices. Therefore, with Thomson East Coast Line, there are opportunities in the OCR, RCR, and CCR region. But just how are you going to be picking your next condo project? I believe by showing you this strategy, you'll be able to get a better idea of how transformation can affect your property price and how you can funnel in on the areas to pick your next condo project. Okay, I'm done for today. I'll see you in the next video.